Hey guys, Quacker Spooks here with another set of NFL predictions. This time it's week 8. Man, we're almost halfway through the season. It's weird. So we're going to go a little bit quick because I'm on a time crunch at the moment. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go with Buffalo. It's at home. Tampa Bay just lost to Atlanta. And Buffalo, although they lost to New England, I think that they can, come back and be 5-3. The Bucs will be 3-4, and will stay in second place in the NFC South. So that game doesn't really have any placement thing or whatever. The New York Jets take on the New York Giants. Yeah. We've gotten to this game in the NFL. The Jets taking on the Giants. Yeah. Finally, the MetLife Bowl is right here for all of us to enjoy. I'm going to go with the Jets. The Giants, although they are 2-5, I think they will be 2-6 this week. They didn't really look good against the Commanders, even though, they. What's funny about the Giants is that they scored their very first offensive touchdown in 7 games. So everything else was a defensive touchdown. I think they have the least amount of points in the league. But, But I am going with the New York Jets. They will be 4-3. And as for the Giants, they will be 2-6. So that game is going to be on CBS for sure. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going with Jacksonville. We all know how this works. They can't beat Jacksonville ever. Actually, they beat Jacksonville in 2020. They blew them out, but that was 2020. This is 2023. So, but I am going to go with the Jaguars over the Steelers. They'll be 6-2. The Steelers, they will be 4-4. 4-3, my bad. They've already had their bye week, so. But I am going with Jacksonville. The Philadelphia Eagles take on the Washington Commanders. I'm going to go with the Eagles. The Commanders, they lost to the New York Giants, so I don't think they can beat Philly. Philly put on a pretty good showing against the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. In their Kelly Green uniforms too, which was a really good throwback. So, but I am gonna go with Philly over the Commanders. They will be 7-1, and the Commanders will be 3-5. So, the Commanders have a really late bye week, so yeah. By the way, there are no teams on byes this week. All 16 teams are playing. All 32 teams are playing this week. The Los Angeles Rams take on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Cowboys over the Rams, as they lost to Matt Canada and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not really happy about that one. And as for the Cowboys, they're coming off a bye week. They're coming off a big win against the Chargers. So I think this will be a good game, but I think the Cowboys will come up on top against the Rams. Last week was brutal. I thought we had it all in the bag, and then, lo and behold, we went 5-8. So, yeah, but I am going with the Cowboys over the Rams to go 5-2. The Rams will be 3-5. Yeah, 3-5. Not looking good for them. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Green Bay Packers. I'm actually going to go with Green Bay. Both of these teams suck, but it's But I think Green Bay is going to come up on top with the win, and they usually own Minnesota anyway. So, but the Vikings ended up beating the Niners, which kind of surprised me in the sense that, well, Brock Purdy looked like, a rookie. But, anyway. But I am going with Green Bay over Minnesota. The Packers will be 3-4. The Vikings will be 3-5. So they will be a half game back from second place. The Atlanta Falcons take on the Tennessee Titans. I am going to go with the Falcons. The Titans are terrible. They are a terrible football team. They just traded one of their veterans, Kevin Byard. He's going to Philly. So, Titans fans aren't really happy about that one. He was with the team since 2016, so they're trading him for Terrell Edmonds, which really isn't an upgrade from Kevin Byard because he's a Pro Bowl safety. So, but I am going with Atlanta. They put up a pretty convincing win against Tampa Bay last week, and I think that they can do this again against Tennessee, especially against Tennessee, because Tennessee kind of sucks. So, the Titans will be 2-5, and the Falcons, they will be 5-3. Holy shit! All right, that's just hard to believe. The Falcons 5-3. Jesus. All right. The New England Patriots take on the Miami Dolphins. I'm gonna go with Miami because this is usually a good game, but I'm gonna go with Miami. I know New England kind of showed some fight, but they're currently 2-5, so I see them going 2-6 here. And as for the Dolphins, they will be 6-2. And the funny thing is about the game against the Bills, that was Bill Belichick's 300th career win as the head coach. So, he joins Don Shula and George Halas as in the 300 club. But I am going to go with Miami. They will be 6-2. Patriots, I don't really have much confidence in, so I'm going to give them a loss here. They will be 2-6. The New Orleans Saints take on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to go with the Saints. Even though they lost to the Jaguars on Thursday night, I think a better opponent for them will be Indianapolis. And I think even if the Colts are at home, they would be, I think they have the more likely chance to win. I don't even know the sports book, so. But I am going with New Orleans. They will be 4-4, and the Colts, they will fall to 3-5. So, yeah, a lot of mediocre teams this season. The Houston Texans take on the Carolina Panthers, the number 2 overall pick versus the number 1 overall pick. I'm going with the Texans. And you're wondering, why are you picking the Texans, Quackers Spooks? Well, let me put it this way. The Panthers are 0-6. And they can't really win games. They haven't won a single game this season. Through 7 weeks plus 6 games plus a bye week, what are you gonna do? But I am going with the Houston Texans. They will be 4-3, and the Panthers will be 0-7. Hopefully they can get that first overall pick. The Bears technically clinched the first overall pick if the Panthers go winless. So, or have the worst record in the league, which they do currently. So I'm gonna have the Panthers lose here, and the Texans, they will be 4-3. The Cleveland Browns take on the Seattle Seahawks. Both teams are on have had byes, so they've only played 6 games this season. So, but I am going to go with the Seahawks over the Browns, despite them having one of the best defenses. I don't really trust their offense to do much. Plus, they're bringing back a lot of new faces. Frank Clark is coming back into the fold. Bobby Wagner is not sure. I don't think he's in his prime, but he's still playing really well as a Seahawk. And, I think they're trying to bring back the Legion of Boom. So, but I'm going with Seattle. They will be 5-2, and the Browns, they will be 4-3. The Cincinnati Bengals take on the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to go with San Francisco here. I'm not sure if Joe Burrow is 100%, but hopefully he is 100%. But I am going to go with the Niners. The Niners won this last matchup. The Niners won the last matchup they had in 2021. So, with Brandon Ayuk scoring a touchdown at the very end. So, but I am going with the 49ers. Hopefully they can get over this hump because they've lost 2 straight games. And as for the Bengals, they will be 3-4. The 49ers, they will be 6-2 coming into this. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Denver Broncos. Yeah, this schedule's weird. Like, week 6 we played them and beat them 19-8. And now we're going to beat them again in week 8. So, I'm going with the Chiefs. We will be 7-1, and the Broncos, they will be 2-6. Even they had a pretty fluke win against Green Bay. Jordan Love just looked like shit, so I'm just gonna skip that one over and just call that a Kansas City win because we've only won 6 straight games. The Baltimore Ravens take on the Arizona Cardinals. I am going with the Ravens. The Cardinals suck. They'll be 1-7, and the Ravens, they will be 6-2. They had a pretty good beatdown against Detroit. I think they're going to do it again against Arizona. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens over the Cardinals. Sunday Night Football, we have why is this the primetime game? The Chicago Bears taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers. Despite them being an AFC West rival, I don't trust the Bears to do anything. Hopefully, Justin Fields gets better and he can play again so the Bears can start sucking. As for the Chargers, they also suck. But one of these teams has to win. I'm picking the Chargers. They'll be 3-4. The Bears, they will be 2-6. And last but not least, on Monday Night Football, we have the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Detroit Lions. I'm going to go with Detroit. The Raiders are going to lose this game, and they're going to feel the wrath of the Detroit Lions. The Chiefs lost to them. Why can't the Raiders? This would put the Raiders I don't even remember who they played. Oh yeah, they played the Bears and lost. So they're 3-4 now, I think. But I am gonna go. Let me check. Sports data is temporarily unavailable. That's great. That's just great. But whatever. The Raiders are gonna lose this game, and I think they'll be 3-5, and the Lions, they will be 6-2. So next week we'll cover the Week 8 aftermath and then Week 9 picks. We'll see you guys then.